In this video, we will review how to create a 3D print from beginning to end. I like to think of the 3D printing process in three separate stages. In the first stage, we need to find a digital 3D object file. A 3D object file is a file that you can rotate and view from 360 degrees. So it's different than a 2D object file, which would be like a photo on your phone. In step two, we move the file to what's called a slicing software. A slicing software does just what it says. It slices your object into layers. This makes sense, right? Because the 3D printer builds the object layer by layer, or one layer at a time, and so a slicing software needs to slice your object into tiny layers. So it has instructions on how to print your object layer by layer. Finally, in step three, we send the sliced file to the 3D printer, where it prints one layer at a time. We'll go into more detail about how the 3D printer works in the next video. But first, let's recap. There are three stages to 3D printing. The first one is to find or make a 3D object file. The second is to slice the object file. And the third is to actually print the file using the 3D printer. So let's quickly see what this looks like. I'm going to go fast, so don't worry if the terms don't make sense to you yet. We're just going to do an overview of the process, and we'll get into more detail later in the class. We start by finding or making a 3D object file. We can find one online for free using a website called Thingiverse, or we can make the object using CAD software such as Tinkercad, or we can use a 3D scanner to digitize an object that already exists. Those are the three most common ways of finding or making 3D objects. Once you have your digital object, we will bring that file into our slicing software. At the Idea Lab, we use a slicing software called Cura, which is free and can be downloaded to your computer at home. In Cura, we decide how we want the object to print, including the size, the orientation, is it going to be hollow, is it going to be solid, all kinds of other decisions we make inside that slicing software. And actually, when you get good at 3D printing, what you are really getting good at is how to choose the right slicing settings to make your object really shine. Once we lock in our settings, Cura slices our 3D object, transforming it from just a model into actual instructions for the 3D printer to use. We save the file as a Cura project file, and then we go to the Idea Lab website, complete the print submission form, and send in our print. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Idea Lab staff will review your print and add it to the print queue. We typically print somewhere between 100 and 120 prints per month, and generally we have a 1 to 2 week wait time for your print to be completed. When the print is done, you can pick it up and pay at our circulation desk. So that's a recap from start to end. The rest of the class is going to review in depth each of these steps. But first, let's see how the printers actually work. So strap in, and I'll see you in the next video.